Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to AffairsCloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name AffairsCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is crack10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your AffairsCloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello friends, how are you all? So in this video friends, we will be discussing important current affairs of the 4th week of June. The session will be very important and I'll suggest you all to watch the video till the end. Apart from this friends, I'll suggest you all to read the notes that you have been making for the last week, because once you have read those notes that you have been making, then attempting these questions that we will be discussing now, and because of those revision of those particular notes, you will be easily able to solve these questions and it will help you in the revision. See, when you are preparing for a government exam, the most important thing is the revision, because we are studying so much content, GS, then Hindi, English, current affairs. Daily you are learning new and new things. So the best way to learn current affairs is to revise the content. Alright, revise as much as possible. Go through the news as many times as possible, because revision only will help you to remember such a enormous amount of content. Apart from this, friends, you can follow me on Instagram. You can see my Insta handle here. And if you have any queries or questions or doubts related to the government exams, you can contact me on this particular Instagram handle. So friends, let's start. The first question is Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan, that is GKRA scheme, has completed 2 years. First thing that you remember, that Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan has completed how many years? A total of 2 years has been completed this. Alright. Then remember, question asked here is which ministry is the nodal ministry of this Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan? So first of all, remember the ministry here we are talking about is Ministry of Rural Development. So this is a scheme for migrant workers. This is a scheme for migrant workers who were affected during COVID-19. This scheme has completed how many years? This scheme has completed 2 years. Alright, and this scheme was launched by the Government of India to provide immediate employment and livelihood opportunities for migrant workers in India. This is the responsible ministry here is Ministry of Rural Development. Apart from this, remember, Government of India launched this Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan on 20th of June. And as we see, it has completed 2 years, so the year will be 2020. Next question. As per the Economic Intelligence Unit, that is your EIU, they released Global Livability Index. Recently, India secured dash rank in this particular index. So remember, this Global Livability Index 2022 was released by Economic Intelligence Unit. Here, New Delhi of India secured, New Delhi, that is the of India, secured what rank? It has secured 112 rank. And this Global Livability Index, in this index the first position was of Vienna, and Vienna is of Austria. Alright, so the correct option here is option 2. So coming back to the data, who releases it? Economic Intelligence Unit. What they release? Global Livability Index. And what was the rank of New Delhi, India here? It was 112, and the country that topped here was Vienna, Austria. Alright, next. So the correct option here becomes, let me say, option, that is option 2, 112, Vienna. Next is, and apart from this, yes, one more thing, if I ask you which is the most expensive city, that is Tel Aviv, and this is of Israel, capital of Israel. Next, Khuvusgul Lake is one of the 11 newly added biosphere reserves to the UNESCO World Network of Biosphere Reserves. It is located in which country? This Khuvusgul Lake, it is one of the newly 11 added biosphere reserves to the UNESCO World Network of Biospheres. This is located where? It is located in Mongolia. So the correct option is Mongolia. Recently, remember, during the 34th session of the International Coordinating Council of the Man and the Biosphere Program of UNESCO was held where? This was held in Paris. Where is the headquarters of UNESCO? It is also in Paris. Alright. Moving on to the next one. Which organization recently launched a Dhyan Sanchay Saving Scheme, that is a saving life insurance plan? This Dhyan Sanchay Saving Scheme, that is a life insurance plan, was launched by which organization? This was launched by LIC, that is your Life Corporation of India. This plan is available for a minimum of 5 years to maximum of 15 years, depending on the option chosen by the policy holder. Alright, then apart from this, friend, if I ask you Surya Nutan, what is this? This is an indoor solar cooking stove that was launched by Indian Oil Corporation by the name Surya Nutan. Alright, apart from this, if question asked to you is regarding what is the name of the first India-Nepal train or India-Nepal tourist train, what is the name of this? This is Bharat Gaurav. This is Bharat Gaurav is the name of the tourist train that was launched between India and Nepal, and this was flagged off from New Delhi. Next, who was recently appointed as a member of the advisory committee of Serai Infrastructure Finance Limited and Serai Equipment Finance Limited? Who has been appointed as the member of the advisory committee? He is Venkate Nageshwar Chalasani ji. Alright, RBI appointed Vikas Chalasani, who was the former managing director of SBI, as the member of the advisory committee of the SIFL and SCFL. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding R. Subramaniam Kumarji, who was the former MD and CEO of Indian Overseas Bank. Next, name the bank that recently collaborated with the Department of Pension and Pensioners Welfare to create an integrated pensioners portal. I repeat, you have to name the bank that was launched to collab with the Department of Pensions and Pensioners Welfare to create an integrated pension portal. It was your State Bank of India. So the correct option is option 4th. Apart from this, friends, tell me what is the or which is the first airport that is working on renewable energy now. And the renewable energy here is hydropower and solar power. Which is it? It is Indira Gandhi International Airport, that is in New Delhi, and their target is to make this airport carbon neutral by the year 2030. Next, who recently surpassed MS Dhoni to become the oldest Indian batsman to score half century in T20s against South Africa 2022? He is Dinesh Karthik. Alright, he has surpassed MS Dhoni to become the oldest Indian batsman to score T20 half century against South Africa 2022. Next, the Government of India announced the use of single-use plastic will be prohibited from which date? So 1st of July 2022, remember plastic, and that too SUP. What is this SUP? Single-use plastics will be banned all over India with effect from 1st of July 2022. Very important information that you have to remember. Alright. Next, G20 meeting, that is group of 20 meetings, will be held in Jammu and Kashmir. In which year? In 2023. This has been recently decided that G20 meeting will be held in Jammu and Kashmir for the year 2023. Next, which country's organization recently signed an MOU with Bharat Electronics Limited for the supply of airborne defense suit for Indian Air Force helicopters? I repeat, Belarus is the Belarus organization has recently signed an MOU with the Bharat Electronic Limited for the supply of airborne defense suit for Indian Air Force helicopters. Alright, highly important, pay attention, mark this question. It is your Belarus. Next if I ask you, Shala Pravotsav. Shala Pravotsav. This Shala Pravotsav was launched by whom? It was launched by the Chief Minister of Gujarat, and this Shala Pravotsav was the 17th edition of the festival Shala or Pravotsav, or you can say it was the 17th edition of the Shala Pravotsav that was launched by the, or it was observed in which state? It was observed in Gujarat. Next, before moving on, remember Delhi government has stated that now will be shifting to the paperless government. That means everything will be now digital. Reserve Bank of India extended the card on file tokenization deadline to dash from 30th of June for all the payment system providers and payment system participants. So remember, Reserve Bank of India has recently extended the card on file tokenization deadline to 30th of December 2020, that was earlier 30th of June 2020, for all the payment system providers as well as payment system participants. Next, and remember this is the third time that RBI extended the deadline of its implementation. Next, Parmeshwaran Iyer was appointed as the CEO of which of the following organization? We have done this question, friends, multiple times, and this is a very important question, or you can say this is one of the most important questions currently, that who has been appointed as the new Chief Executive Officer, or has been appointed as the new Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Niti Aayog. He is Parmeshwaran Iyer ji. If I ask you who is the chairman will be the current Prime Minister of India, that is Narendra Modi ji is the current chairman of Niti Aayog. Next, who was recently appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of India Debt Resolution Company Limited for a period of 3 years? So remember, Avinash Kulkarni. Avinash Kulkarni has been appointed as the new CEO of IDRCL for a period of 3 years. You have to remember the period also, friends. This is also important. Alright, for a period of 3 years, and he will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Manish Makharia ji. He will be replacing Manish Makharia ji. Alright, next. VLSRSAM. What is this? First of all, remember VLSRSAM stands for Vertical Launch Short Range Surface to Air Missile. Alright, this was recently successfully tested by DRDO. Alright, and it was also tested with the help of Indian Navy, and the location where this was tested is off the coast of Odisha. So it is asking that VLSRAM is a dash weapon system. This is a shipborne weapon system, that is a surface to air missile. This SRSAM stands for Vertical Launch Short Range Surface to Air Missile, that was launched and successfully tested by DRDO with the help of Indian Navy from off the coast of Odisha, and it is a shipborne weapon system. Next, in Indonesian Open 2022, a tournament in the Badminton World Federation World Tour, Victor Axelsen, who is from which country? He is from Denmark, has won the men's single title, and dash from the Chinese Taipei has won the women's single title. So remember, if we are talking about the Victor Axelsen, who is from Denmark, has won the men's single title, and if we are talking about Taizu Ying, who is from Chinese Taipei, has won the women's single title. So the correct option here becomes option first. Next we'll be talking about a book, that is Gautam Adani, The Man Who Changed India. This book has been authored by whom? This book has been authored by R.N. Bhaskar, The Man Who Changed India. Also, this book features the unknown aspects of Gautam Adani, one of the richest men in the world and the most successful first generation business leaders. Padma Bridge, it is a multi-purpose rolled range bridge that is located in Bangladesh. Alright, and BBIN, we discuss what is this BBIN. BBIN stands for Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, and in this Bhutan is an observer, and motor vehicle agreement was signed between Bangladesh, India and Nepal. Next, in June the anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban was celebrated. We have done this question recently in the revision part of our video. So remember, recently it is the 7th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban, and the responsible ministry here is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Alright, this is the responsible ministry for this particular scheme. This Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban was launched on 25th of June 2015, and it was launched by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. It is one of the largest urban housing programs in the world that was launched at that time. So the correct option here becomes option 1, that is 7. Next, which of the following countries were recently admitted to the Commonwealth of Nations as its 55th and 56th member of the Commonwealth Heads of the Government Meeting 2022? So remember, it is both second and third, that is Togo and Gabon has been, these are the two countries that were recently admitted to the Commonwealth of Nations as the 55th and 56th members of the Commonwealth Heads of the Government Meeting of 2022. They too are historically French colonies which have never been British colonies. Rwanda was the last country to join the Commonwealth in 2009. You have to remember also this. That was the Rwanda was 54th nation. Now 55th is Togo and 56th is Gabon. So how many countries are there in the Commonwealth now? Total 56 countries are there. Next, SEBI has provided an additional payment option of UPI to invest in public issues of REITs and INVITs for application value of up to dash from 1st of August. Then application value of up to 5 lakh rupees from 1st of August 2022. So the correct option is option 4th. I repeat, SEBI has provided an additional payment option of UPI, that is your Union Payment Interface, to invest in the public issues of RTIs, REITs and INVITs for application value up to 5 lakh rupees from 1st of August 2022. Next, you have to name the bank that has recently got approval from the RBI to set up an operation support subsidiary. Remember, it was your State Bank of India that has recently got the approval from RBI to set up operation support subsidiary. The proposed subsidiary would undertake routine jobs and its structure will include more technology and some people. Alright. Next, who recently won the Miss India Worldwide 2022 from the United Kingdom? She is Khushi Patel. Alright, according to New York based India Festival Committee, Khushi Patel, a biochemical student from the United Kingdom, has been declared as the winner of the Miss India Worldwide 2022. It is the longest running Indian pageant outside of India. This was the 29th edition of the pageant, and this was the previous agent, that was the 28th edition, was held in the year 2019. And for the 29th edition of the Miss India Worldwide 2022, who won it? She is Khushi Patel. Alright, next is Mohammad Hassan Jaloud became the new president of International Weightlifting Federation. Question asked here is, Mohammad Hassan Jaloud belongs to which country? First of all, you have to remember this information, that who has been appointed as the new president of International Weightlifting Federation. He is Mohammad Hassan Jaloud, and he belongs to which country? He belongs to Iraq. He belongs to Iraq. Also, he became the first Asian who became the president of the International Weightlifting Federation. Next, one more thing is, if asked, who became the first female vice president of International Weightlifting Federation? First female vice president of International Weightlifting Federation. She is Ursula Garza. First female vice president of International Weightlifting Federation, and it was founded in the year 1905. Where is the headquarters? Lausanne, Switzerland. Next, who was recently appointed as the new chairman of the Central Board of Direct Taxes, that is CBDT. So who has been appointed as the new chairman of CBDT? Nitin Gupta has been appointed as the new chairman of CBDT. Then he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding, or he will be replacing Sangeeta Singh. Alright, next, when was the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking 2022 observed across the globe by United Nations with the theme Addressing Drug Challenges in Health and Humanitarian Crisis? So this is the theme that you have to remember for the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, and the day that we observe it is what? It is your 26th of June 2022. And highly important, you have to remember the theme, that is Addressing Drug Challenges in Health and Humanitarian Crisis. Also remember, this day is also known as World Drug Day. So indirectly question can be asked that World Drug Day is observed on 26th of June. Next, UN, that is your United Nations MSME Day, is observed on dash date. So United Nations MSME, that is your Micro, Small and Medium Sized Enterprise Day, is observed on 27th of June 2022. Highly important, and this was the 5th anniversary of this United Nations MSME Day. That means for the first time this day was observed on 27th of June 2017. Alright, so the correct option here becomes 27th of June 2022. On this day we observed the United Nations MSME Day across the globe, and this was the 5th edition of this particular, or you can say 5th anniversary of this UN MSME Day. Next, in June, cricketer Peter Silar announced the retirement from international cricket. From which country did Peter Silar plays for? He plays for Netherlands. Next, in which city will the Commonwealth Games for the year 2022 will be held? We just saw that a total of 57 members has been included into the Commonwealth Games now. That was, I correct, not 57, it was 55th and 56th country. They were Togo and Gabon into the Commonwealth nations. So remember, which country will be hosting the Commonwealth Games 2022? It will be hosted by Birmingham, England. Highly important. And for the year 2026, it will be Victoria, Australia, that will be hosting the Commonwealth Games for the year 2026. So in this we can understand that Commonwealth Games are held every 4 years. Commonwealth Games are held every 4 years. You have to remember this. Moving on. Next, name the organization or the ministry that has launched India's booming gig and platform economy perspectives and recommendations on the future of work report. This report was released by which organization? It was released by Niti Aayog. Alright, this Gig economy sector is a labor market in which instead of traditional in-office full-time job with a single company, gig workers work as a short-term or on contract basis or on freelance, and they receive multiple receives gifts or pay slips from them working on the like you can say on the trial basis or on the part-time basis. All right. Next. So the correct option Niti Aayog. Moving on, which non-banking financial company recently received the approval for the issuance of semi-closed prepaid payment instruments that your PPIs from RBI? I repeat, you have to tell me the name of the NBFC that has recently received the approval for the issuance of semi-closed prepaid payment instruments that is your PPIs from RBI. Which is it? It is your Muffin Finance Limited. So option 2 is correct here. Next, name the organization that recently approved a $250 million for India State Support Program for Road Safety. Important question. I repeat, what is the name of the organization that has approved a $250 million for India State Support Program for Road Safety? The organization here is World Bank. Alright, organization is World Bank. What was the amount approved? 250 million US dollar, and it is to support the Indian State Support Program for Road Safety that was launched by Indian government to improve the road safety. This project will be implemented into 7 states. They are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. So the correct option here becomes option D, World Bank. And where is the headquarter? It is in Washington DC. Next question is, remember recently Indian hockey team won the inaugural men's champion of Hero FIH Hockey's Lausanne 2022 that was held in Switzerland, while Uruguay women's hockey team won the inaugural women's championship. Alright, if we are talking about men, it was won by India, and if we are talking about women, this was won by Uruguay's women hockey team. So the correct option here becomes option is not given, option 5, that is your India. Moving on. Next, Ministry of Home Affairs has recently extended the validity of Foreign Contribution Regulation Act registrations of NGO with pending renewal till which date? Till September 2022. So the correct option here becomes option 4th. Next is Gulabi Meenakari is a GI tagged art form of which state? So this Gulabi Meenakari, remember it is a GI, that is your geographical indication tag of Uttar Pradesh. Highly important, pay attention to all the geographical indication tags questions because they can be asked in your example. Alright, so recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi also gifted this Gulabi Meenakari brooch and cut link set to US President Joe Biden during the G7 summit. Alright, so this Gulabi Meenakari, as you know, this was in news recently as it was gifted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to US President. So the question of asking this is high. This GI tag is received from which state? It is from Varanasi. And Varanasi is in which state? It is in UP. So the correct option is option 2. Next, Ministry of Defense inaugurated a payroll automation for disbursement of monthly allowances, that was Padma. We have discussed this, that Padma, that was an initiative or a scheme that is to for automated pay and module allowances or to pay monthly salary in a timely manner. This was launched for Indian Coast Guard. Alright, you have to remember the full form of Padma, that is payroll automation for disbursement of monthly allowances, that is Padma, that is an automated pay and allowance module for Indian Coast Guard. Next, if I ask you here Ambubachi Mela or Ambu Bachi festival, where do we observe this Ambubachi festival? It is observed in Assam. Next, we are talking about in which state did Pice Fintech has launched India's first and the largest fractionally owned solar power plant. So this India's first and largest fractionally owned solar power plant was launched in the state of Karnataka. By whom? It was launched by Pice Fintech. So you have to remember the name of this company also, Pice Fintech, that is a finance and tech company. Next, which insurance company recently launched industry's first health insurance plan that was called Global Healthcare? This was launched along with alliance partners in India. So you have to tell me the name of the company, insurance company, that is Bajaj Alliance Insurance Company. Option 1, Bajaj Alliance General Insurance has launched industry's first health insurance plan that was Global Healthcare, and this was launched in alliance with Alliance partner India. Highly important, pay attention to it. If we talk about Bajaj Alliance General Insurance, MD and CEO is Tapan Singhal, and this was established in the year 2001 and the headquarters is in Pune, Maharashtra. Next, who has recently become the chairman of the board of the directors of Reliance Jio Infocom Limited? So who is the new chairman of the board of the directors of the Reliance Jio Infocom Limited? He is Akash M. Ambani. Alright, Akash Ambani is the new chairperson of Reliance Industries Limited. Highly important, this is the latest news that you have to remember, and Mukesh Ambani has stepped down from the post of the chairman of Reliance Limited. One more thing, Mukesh Ambani, as I told you, he will continue to be the chairman of Jio platform. Jio platform. This question can be asked to you is that Mukesh Ambani will continue to be the chairman of which company? He will continue to be the chairman of the Jio Platforms Limited. Next, in June 2022, NASA has launched Capstone. This is a 12-unit CubeSat lunar orbiter that was launched to, first of all, direct question you have to remember that this Capstone was related to which organization? Space organization. It is of NASA. Where was this launched? This was launched on the surface of Moon. Then you have to remember that this is, or it was launched on the Moon on Rocket's Lab Electron rocket that was from Rocket Lab Launch Complex 1 on the Mahia Peninsula that is located in which location? It is in New Zealand. So next thing that you have to remember that it was launched from which location? Mahia Peninsula that is located in New Zealand. So these three things you have to remember regarding Capstone. So the correct option here is option 4th. Then next thing you have to remember the full form of Capstone. What is the full form? It is Cislunar Autonomous Positioning System Technology Operations and Navigation Experiment. What was the reason of launching this? The reason of this was launching this because in space, if we have to find the location of any aircraft or satellite, then we have to contact Earth for that particular instruction and for that particular information. But with the help of this Capstone that will be launched on Moon, then we don't have to, any satellite or any spacecraft won't have to rely on the Earth itself for their direction and the location in space. They can directly use this Capstone satellite that will be on Moon, and this mission was of NASA. So this is an important, you have to remember the aim. The aim is to find the location of the aircraft or satellite in space without contacting directly Earth. Next, what is the theme of the 16th edition of National Statistics Day that is observed across the globe on 29th of June 2022? So what is the theme? The theme is data for sustainable development. Option 1 is correct here. Alright, highly important. And the first ever National Statistics Day was observed in the year 2007, and this year in 2022 we observed the 16th edition of this National Statistics Day. Next, also one more thing, this day remarks or this day is in the memory of P.C. Mahalabonis, who is also known as the father of Indian statistics. This is important thing. Next, who has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Go Digit General Insurance? Who has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Go Digit General Insurance? He is Virat Kohli. Important. Next, Prashanta Chandra Mahalabonis is also known as the father of Indian statistics. We just saw this, alright, and in his memory we observed National Statistics Day, and it was the 16th edition of which was observed in the year 2022, and the first edition was observed in the year 2007. Now the question is, in which year did he receive the Padma Vibhushan in the field of literature and education? So he received Padma Bhushan in the year of 1968. Highly important. Alright. Next, in which state Sao Jao festival was celebrated? We studied this. This Sao Jao festival was celebrated in Goa. Then if we talk about Pondicherry first beach festival, what was the name of the first beach festival? It was IC Pondi. This was the name of the beach festival, first beach festival observed in Pondicherry. Kerala has an app that was Shelly app, and Karnataka has Vayu app. Both these are same. These are health and wellness application. Next, as per the new surrogacy rules for the year 2022, they were issued by the government. Couples opting for surrogacy has to now buy health insurance for surrogate mothers for a minimum of how many years? So for a minimum of 3 years, you have to remember that the couple have to buy insurance, health insurance for the surrogate mothers. This is an important question. All right, what is the minimum year for 3 years they have to buy the health insurance. So important question. So friends, that's all for the day. I hope you have enjoyed our session, and if you want us to continue with such session, such weekly videos are very important. So if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very high, and I want all of you to comment below that what are your views on such types of videos. And friends, if you find these videos interesting, informative, and quite good for your revision purpose, then also let us know and appraise us in the comment section. So friends, that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.